My name is Denise, and today I am your storyteller. Did you ever wonder how the people of the world came to have all this wisdom and know so many things? Well, the Ashanti people of West Africa, a place we now call Ghana, have a story that they tell. And that story is about Ananse the spider. I'll share it with you now. One day, a long, long time ago, Naomi, the god of the heavens, looked around and thought, I have all the wisdom in the world, but I want to share it with the people on the earth. So Naomi created this enormous pot and put all the wisdom of the world in this pot. And then she said, I need someone to help me bring this to the people on the earth. So she took the enormous pot of wisdom down to the earth. And she looked around and saw Ananse crawl by. Ananse, Ananse, come here. And Ananse crawled up and went, yes, Naomi. And she said, do you see this pot? It has all the wisdom of the world. And I need you to help me share this with the people in all the villages. And Ananse said, yes, oh yes, I'm very honored, thank you, yes. And Naomi was very pleased and floated back up to heaven. And Ananse looked at the big pot and crawled and looked inside. And at the very bottom of the pot, he saw a swirl, and then a great glowing light came up and out of the top of the pot. And it showered him with wisdom. And he thought, I have an idea. And he grabbed two stones, and he fashioned one stone flat on one side and flat on the other side, and he made it perfectly round and smooth. And he took another stone and did the same thing, fashioned it flat on one side and flat on the other side, and made it perfectly round and smooth. And he took these two stones and he put them on the side of this sled that he had, and he pulled it, and it was so much easier to pull, and he thought, this is good. And then he saw Naomi come back down from heaven. And Naomi said, Ananse, Ananse, what do you have there? And Ananse said, I have just invented the wheel. And Naomi said, this is good, but don't forget to share it with the people. And Ananse said, oh yes, I was right on that, I was right about that. And Naomi looked at him, was pleased, and floated back up to heaven. Oh, Ananse was so upset. He did not want to share this pot of wisdom with anyone, especially not those people in the village. They are lazy. He worked so hard to create these wheels. They were his. The wisdom was his. He did not want to share it. And then he went back to the pot, crawled up, looked in the top of it. Oh, way down deep inside again, he saw a whirl, and from that whirl, a glowing light came up and out of the pot and showered the wisdom all over Ananse. And he said, I have another idea. And then he took two pieces of wood and rubbed the branches together until they sparked. And then he set them down and blew on it. And then the flame came up. And he warmed himself. And he cooked his meat. And he thought, this is good. And then who came by? No one but Naomi. And she said, Ananse, Ananse, what do you have there? And Ananse went, I have just discovered fire. And Naomi said, this is good, but have you forgotten to share this with the people? And Ananse said, oh, no, I was right about to do it. I was just going to do it right now. And Naomi said, I hear you, and I trust you. And she gave him a hard, long look, and then went on back up to heaven. Oh, Ananse was like, what am I going to do? He did not want to share the wisdom of anybody. But this big pot of wisdom was right there, and Naomi could see it. He had to do something or he would get in trouble. So he thought, I will hide this pot of wisdom. And he looked to his left and he looked to his right, and he saw in the distance a great, great tree with large, large branches. And he put his two arms around the top of the pot, and he crawled with the pot over to the tree, and he tried to climb up the tree, but he could not. The pot pot was too big. And just then, as he was sitting frustrated, he saw little Spider, his son, come up to him and go, "Daddy, what are you doing?" And he said, "Hush, I'm trying to figure out how to get this pot up that tree." And his son said, "Just take these vines and wrap them around yourself and secure the pot on your back, and then your hands are free to climb up the tree." And he thought, that is very clever of you, little Spider. So he took the vines and he secured the pot around his body so that it was on his back, and he had all of his limbs free. And he climbed up the great tree to the very highest branch. And just when he slipped and fell, and as he hit the ground, the pot broke into a million pieces. And as each piece flew off in another direction, wisdom flew out into the wind. And this is how the world got wisdom.